We are here to explore the undiscussed essentials of portfolio making under the workshop Ingredients of Portfolio. We have always been wondering what a portfolio is, what it works for us. Should we make it elaborate? How many projects should we add in? How do we start the portfolio and when do we start the portfolio? There are numerous questions that haunt us all the time. Today, we have a wonderful personality, architect Jitendra Farkade here to put light on all the questions that have been asked. Jitendra Farkade has completed his master's degree in Spain. He has formerly worked with Hafiz Contractor and is currently working at Studio Symbiosis, Noida. I welcome architect Jitendra Farkade. Now, without any delay, I would like to hand over the seminar to architect Jitendra Farkade for the rest of details. Excuse me, before we start the seminar, I would like to give some instructions. Strictly keep your mics muted and if possible, keep your cameras on for comfortable environment. If you have any questions or queries, you could put that in chat box. At the end of seminar, if time permits, we could take all the questions and queries. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Brindley, for such an elaborate introduction. Yeah. So, I guess everyone is doing well in this COVID situation. So, thank you for inviting me for the portfolio seminar. I'm audible to everyone, no? Oh, okay. So, let's start with the presentation. So the biggest thing which we when student enters into fourth year, okay, the biggest worry which he has is how to get an internship. Okay, I am sure that everyone must be suffering from the same thing, like how to get an internship. So hello. So to get into an internship, you need a good portfolio. And the importance of portfolio in this time has been increased because right now no one is able to get a personal intern. Okay. So you are going to get judged by your portfolio, and your portfolio will help you to get notified in firms for the educations and everything. So I think portfolio is one of the most important uh, document which you make in an architecture life. Okay, so I welcome everyone, and I'll divide this presentation into two parts. So first part is how to make our portfolio, and I will give you some tips about how to make it. And second part is I will run through my portfolio which I have made. So the portfolio which helped me to get into IAC, that is in Barcelona. So just a brief introduction about my masters, what I did masters in computational and parametric design. So the kind of portfolio they need there requires certain kind of a quality to surpass. Okay, so I have been fortunate enough to get guidance from all my seniors and all different architects. After which I made this portfolio. So I will just run through my portfolio as well. So first, without further delay, let's start with the thing. And if anyone has any doubt, you can just type into a chat, okay? And we will try to take it in the last. Okay. So I will just share my screen. So I hope everyone can see my screen now. Is it? Okay. So without further delay, I will just start on. So you can just pin this presentation on your screen so that you will get a proper. You can see it properly. So should I start with it? Okay. So the tips for creating an architecture portfolio. The most important tip is to sort down the best projects what you have. Okay, so while you start with your portfolio, okay, first thing what you do is sort down your best portfolio, what kind of projects you need to display. And second is fix a number of projects, make sure it includes So how to select projects? Okay, that is one question which everyone asks, which every student asks to me, like how to create different kind of like how to choose projects. So you can so you what you can do is first focus on individual projects. Okay, the project which you do in NASA or project which you do in competitions, put them into last. The reason for this is everyone, like in any office, you will be judged by your individual projects because that will define your capacity to design. Because in competitions or in these projects, no one knows like what contribution you made. And second, then after that you can add your group projects. If you have some theoretical project, as in if you have made some this if you have published some papers or anything, so you can add that also. But I will suggest that you limit that. Fourth is competition projects. After that, add working drawings and 3D models and renders, whatever. So we'll just go to the third. Uh, Third step of index rules, index will fix your fonts, your font size, your color, and everything, and then just take fonts and then work it out into the whole portfolio. So the reason why I'm saying start with index is because this is the first page which requires minimum efforts, and you will get a feeling that yes, your portfolio started. To get that feeling is very important. So I will suggest everyone to start with index, and in index try to make it as clear and as simple as possible. For example, I have shown some of indexes here. So the first index which I have shown here where geometry, scale, urban fabric organization, and urban system. So you can segregate your projects like this. So for example, if there is if you have to if your project is based on geometry, a particular geometry, so you can categorize into that. So you can categorize your projects like that, and if you can add some photos, it will be good. But mostly, if you keep it just simple, like academic, professional, academic, you have this many projects, professional, you have this many projects to this. Uh, One thing is like no one goes through your portfolio like page by page. They just brush up through it. So you need to make your portfolio so that it is eye catching. It will hold your eyes for that. So this is also one kind of index which you can make where you can just make photos and then you can write into it. So these are different options which I'm showing you. So just to get a hang of how to make an index, how to make it more clear, crisp, and so this is my index which I have made into my portfolio. I will just get through it into the. So you can also start with like if you want to have a black background, then you can start with like this. So first important thing is select, make your index. Second is select font, color swatch, and font size. I will suggest everyone to get in to get a to start working on InDesign. Clear? No, no one should. So I think that you should not make your portfolio on Photoshop. That is one of the wrong practice which we do. The reason for that is while we work on Photoshop, while we which you should not do. So this is an example. This is an interesting image where you need to work on your renders. You need to work on your sections. You need to work on your plans. So the thing is, do not clutter your portfolio with too many things. Okay? Just make one thing perfect because no architect has time to understand your complete project. He will just try to understand the gist of it. So 3 to 4 pages, 5 pages, I think that is sufficient. So, for example, this one project where you have plan, you have elevation, and then you have your view. So as you can see, the sky has been made red, and the people have been added in Photoshop. So these are the things which you need to learn, which you need to add into your renders. And don't always what rely on Lumion or SketchUp V-Ray or anything. Take basis of that and try to enhance it in Photoshop. That is one thing which you should do, like enhancing your photos, enhancing your renders, or enhancing your uh, plan. Because in portfolio, no one demands you to be correct in scale, or no one demands you to have any technical like drawing. Yeah, for example, you don't need to present your working drawing when you are presenting your design. There you can just present a single diagram also, which explains your complete project. So this is a section. If you can make this into elaborate section, just use it on your front page because that looks interesting. And then where this is where I the first page is always important. The most important thing which I feel it might change from person to person. But if the photographers here in this panel, then they will understand rule of thirds. Rule of thirds symbolizes that you should always plan your most important thing in one particular page. So always divide your page into three parts. Never divide it into two parts or something like that. Just divide it into three parts and focus your main like section or your main render or something on that. And then other part you can keep it free or you can just write some text on it. So what happens is no one looks into the text firstly. They will look into your image. They will try to understand your image. So place your image. Do not place it in centrally and then write text on the both side. Place it on a sidewise and then write text here so that you can get a complete hang of the whole project, the whole image, and then you can understand the text. Because trust me, no one reads text. Because being in an office, I have seen so many portfolio students coming for asking for internships, and we just reject their portfolio uh, when they have a very bad like presentation skills. Because see, no one will see your project because in college everyone knows that your project your designing skill is not as developed as what an architect does. But what he will see is how you present your work. If your work is not as far as good, but you're presenting it properly and presenting it in a very good manner, then your portfolio will definitely get selected. Yeah. So always remember rule of thirds. And seventh is make simple and clear graphic. Like this is one thing you should focus on, everyone should focus on is make simple and clear graphic. Do not clutter your portfolio. Do not. Okay, if you are making so for example in one project if you have like 5 slides or 3 slides for it, then in 3 slides, if you have just a plan and a section and a good render, your project is done. You don't need to explain too many things and too many things in here. So for example, see in this in one of the examples what he has done, he has put plants, and then he had put sections. That's it. So this is what this is how it is readable to a person who is sitting in front of you. He will not ask that where is the entry or where is it. So he will just try to understand how the space is. Okay, so you don't need to just mark entry everywhere and then you need to mark scale and then you need to mark everything. Just basic things like where the section lines are and how the plan is. And you need to balance your presentation. You need to balance, like if there is a render on one side, then you can put plan or you can put line diagrams or you can put text on one side. So for example, this like see here what they have done, what one person has done is they have used one model photograph and then they have provided a site plan and I don't know what they have provided it below, but see this is how you express with your graphics. Okay, so my main focus goes to that image and then it is clear that this is the plan of it and then this is the overall plan of it, like where does it stand. So you should make this kind of a clear graphics, this kind of a clear things to understand how your projects should be. For example, this here also see it's your design diagram. So I I want you to everyone to work on your design diagrams. So it is not necessary to have a concept in each and every design. Okay, like teachers might be offended by this thing, but you need not to have concept for everything, but you need to have a diagram of evolution, how it evolved, how your species got evolved, how your architecture came into life. Because you cannot just make a box and then show that this is what I have made. You will do something on it, you will work something on that. So what you have worked, what is your process should be seen into your portfolio, into your work, because this is the most important thing in your portfolio, your design derivation, how you have derived your form. Because because if not that, then it gets like you have copied the design from somewhere. So if you don't want to give that impact to your architect, then you need to make him understand how you came through that to that final presentation, how you came to that final form. So for example, here he has taken a site and then he has divided, make two blocks, and then he has introduced a green layer, and then there is an overlap in between it. There's shifting elevation, identifying circulations. So you understand that these are very, 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 very basic diagrams. Like one day, take one day, work on your diagrams, and then present the diagrams. That's it. Your portfolio is done. You don't need to work much on your renders or your sections or your, you just need to work on your diagrams. Your diagrams make it so. If you are using SketchUp, if you are using Rhino, there are like n numerous of YouTube videos which will show you how to make diagrams, how to convert your architecture models into a diagrammatic model. So work on that. And see this kind of presentations, like how. So if you have an axonometric diagram, so one axonometric diagram will completely show how your model is or how your thing might work. So in one project, if you have one axonometric diagram, just one axonometric diagram, and one plan and one section, that's it. You don't need to have extra renders or anything or anything. You just need to have one diagram properly to explain your project. And if you have one image, and what I will suggest you is don't try to get a realistic image. Okay, everyone tries to fall prey to an realistic image thing. Do not get into a realistic renders, because the thing is, in college you won't get to that quality where your renders are realistic. So it somewhere stands between realistic and like ordinary kind of a render where colors are not matched, the things are. So try to make a diagrammatic render where you highlight certain things, where you highlight your certain building or home. I'll show you in my portfolio how in the portfolio. So for example, this kind of presentation. So what I have done was to this is my portfolio. So this is part of my portfolio. So for example, I have taken a site and then I have divided it according to the zones with better view, windows, access points, momentum diagram, landscape diagram. So these are the different kind of diagrams which you need to understand. And then there is time number mapping, user analysis. So this is one thing which you know, see design development, you get to know like how the then there was entry point, then there was proposed garden. So this is a very simple thing to do, because all you have to do is take an image and then work on that image in Illustrator or InDesign or Photoshop, and just make your evolution diagram, like how your building evolved. So the eighth thing is what not to do in portfolio. Do not put too much text in your portfolio. Keep it minimal. So see, this is like my portfolio way back when I was applying for internship. So when I look back now, when I see this thing, I can see just clutter, because I cannot read. So firstly, whenever you design anything, you need to have a proper eye movement, like how to read your data, how to access your data. So in this my eye goes haywire. I cannot read a certain part of it. So this is one thing which you should not do. Never stuff your data into a sheet. Like never stuff. And do not use this kind of a highlighter colors and this time of yellow, green, this type of colors. So never use this kind of thing. And for example, this. So all I have here is text, and small images. So instead of smaller images, if I could have a larger image here and then a very small, because see, no one is going to read that introduction. No one is going to read that location and landform. Just if I write Kapewada, that is enough. That is the location which will define. So always try to reduce your thing, reduce your text. Like for example, the thing which I was talking, never use this kind of fonts, like the fonts which I have used to demarcate river, built up spaces, waste management, relate scale. That and if you see the basic problem, what I have in the sheet is this is my work only. Okay, so I'm criticizing my work, so I'm allowed to criticize my work. So the thing is here, the font size are different. Every font size is different. There is no proper font size. There is no proper demarcation. There is like a background, something which is popping out too much into my eye. And then there is like this colors, the blue color thing and yellow color thing. We don't require any of this thing. So like see next so this kind of fonts which I have used and this kind of things where I have tried to stuff information into this thing. So many of you might have the same kind of portfolio with you. I can completely understand the reason why you have such portfolios of you, because you think that you need to explain everything into your portfolio. You need to explain everything. Why I have selected site, why I have selected this, why I have done this, why I have done that. But trust me, you don't. You don't need to explain any of them. You just need to explain your project. You just need to explain how it will look and a basic technicality of how the plan will work. That's it. Nothing more than that. Why you have selected the site, what was the reason, what was this, that, nothing. A very small precise thing will also a precise paragraph will also help. And then nine, the important thing is take good photographs. So I will what I will suggest you guys is make smaller models. Do not make bigger models where you have a complete architectural model of your thing. Instead of that, try to make smaller models and try to take photographs of zoom in photographs of how your space will look, how your things will look. So for and it is always said that one good photograph of model equals to 10 renders. It's like it has that power because it will under that will give you a basic understanding of how your project will turn out to be into a practical physical reality. So, for example, this what I have used. This is one of my project which I have done in IAC. So there I have taken image of what my working model was, and I have tried to explain it into the images which are over there. That's it. This this will give you a brief idea of how the project will work, how the things will work. So always have very good photographs of your project. So for example, this make it dramatic, make it have a black background, and then always have black background and proper light through it. Get a zoom in angle of that. So everyone should get creative while taking photographs of their model. So be creative and and thing is this is my personal request to everyone is don't be afraid of blank spaces. If there is blank space, it's okay to have blank spaces in your portfolio. It's okay to have a very good portfolio, a very good page, very good diagram, and then there is a blank space in and around it. It's okay. Don't need to be afraid of blank spaces, because blank spaces will help your diagram or will help your plan to come out way bigger, way nicer. So for example, which I have done here, which I have shown, there is uh, there is plan there is a certain there is just one plan, okay, the 3D plan of it, and then there is text about it, and there is how this concept came. That's it. So you need to have a crisp diagram to explain. So, for example, don't be never be afraid of blank spaces. If it is blank, it's okay. If you feel that you have one diagram which is like the perfect it, just keep that. You keep everything blank, because then that diagram will get the importance what it has. And do include painting, photograph, renders, all the skills you have to put it as a good impression. So yeah, and once you've so the last thing after completing your portfolio, the most important thing which you need to do is make your CV. CV should be simple and tight. Okay. For example, this is my CV which I have made. It is simple, it is crisp, and it is easy to understand. Like these are the type of skills I have, software skills I have. This is the kind of work experience I have got. This is the kind of education, core academic, and language. Always make your CV as simple as basic as possible, because CV is something which not only architects will see, this will also go to HR department, because they don't have any idea of your design skills and your design thing. All you need to do is you need to present them with your information, that this is the kind of work experience I have, this is the kind of education I have done, and this is the kind of skills I have. So don't get too designer while you design your CV. Make it simple, make it crisp, and just add certain elements to it. Do not add photographs or anything like that. So, for example, this is like too much of a keyword. This guy is working in OMA, and yeah, so he has a huge amount of experience with him. But then, see, this is how you need to express your CV and express your thing. So CV is one thing which you should do at the last. Make sure that you complete your portfolio and then make your CV, because then you will include everything which you, because you will then understand that yeah, this is what I have done, this is what I have done, this is what I have done, and then you can just summarize up and make CV as your last mail to the portfolio. So thank you. This was one part of the presentation. Hello. Yeah. I hope this is everyone is clear in this part. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I guess this is how I summarized like how your portfolio should be, how you should try making your portfolio, and now the next part of the portfolio is making is I will just run you through my portfolio what I have made, a bit more like what I have explained till now. I will just try to put it into this thing, and like I will just try to show you that how I try to work out my portfolio. So can you see screen? Anyone can say hello.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah, it's visible now. Okay. In between, you can see some stuff, because then I think that yes, I'm there in between. So yeah, okay, I will start with my own portfolio. So I hope you will like this, and I hope you get the idea what I was talking about in the past, for the past half an hour. So first page, I kept it very minimal. I kept it very so I wanted it to look very interesting, and I wanted people to go into it, go deep into it, and then see how where this project is and what this. So first page I have kept very simple. This is my CV which I have explained. So I have properly made into a three parts. First part which explain everything about me, what are my skills. Second, mostly about my work experience. Thirdly, mostly about education and core academic. So you can divide your portfolio in that manner. This is my content. So see, I have kept it very minimal, and it is very informative. Academic work, professional work, and miscellaneous work. Academic, you need to add all the works which so I added all the work which I have done in my college, that is in masters. professional what I have done is Hafiz sir, the works which I have done in Hafiz sir, and then this studio symbiosis. And in miscellaneous work, what I have added is my thesis from college, and then some of paintings and some of the miscellaneous projects. So that. The first project which talks about Flux House. Flux House is a public housing project. Is a future house project which we developed at IAC. So this got published into various different magazines and all. So the reason how I tried to, so what I have tried to do is, in second page I have tried to explain where it is, what is the like where my site is, but that too in a very minimal way. Okay, because see what I have told you, like you need to present everything, means you need to present things but in a very minimal way. So if you want to present your location also, you can present it but in a very minimal way, so that it just understands. So for example, here I have just written calling districts which is there, and then so this is how many people there are living, and then this is how many units it has, nothing. And then I have jumped to the problematics. What is the problem they are facing there? So this was a solution which was provided for cage housing. So in Hong Kong, as you can see, there is a lack of space. So what people are then forced to live in a cage house kind of a premise. So then to tackle that, what we thought as an architects was, so we'll have a complex machinery over the building where the house will be your moving parts. So it will move, and then so these are basic capsules which will move in and around here. So whenever you will come to the building, it will just pick you. So you come from lift, and then you enter into pod, and then the pod will park itself into the place which you like. And the thing was the pod has all kind of robotics thing into it, so the you won't have furniture into that, but you will have swarm robots which will completely make into your furniture. So this is a kind of a futuristic project, but the thing which I am trying to express here is how I have shown it in a very minimal way. So this is my unit, this is the concept. So always try to make diagrams. So there is one website called Noun Project, the Noun Project. So I'll suggest you guys, you write down this, the Noun Project. This is the website, a very important website where you get this kind of this kind of graphics. So you can always use this kind of graphics because it is very nice and very informative, and it just sticks to your mind when you go. So the idea was to have inhabitant plus the room, and then to give them a complete experience. And then see, I just have one render, and then I have shown that how my process is. First, there is building, and then there is parasite structure on it, and then there is living pod system, and then there is self-constructing robot. So it shows the flow of it. And then these are the different sections. And then this was how, so for example, in below you can see like how the swarm robots will make furniture. So for example, if you configure them to make a sofa, they will make a sofa. If you configure them to make a table, they will make a table. So this is a kind of a futuristic thing which we have proposed. And so this is the main render. And don't shy to show that your project has been published into this project has been published, take part into different competitions, always try to send your work to DZ magazine or the social label magazine or Illustrated Arts, and thus just get there, and if they publish your work, then you can just add that into your portfolio. So this is what I have added into my portfolio, that this design has so the reason why this project is so important and why I have kept into the first project is like this project, after getting selected in design, it kind of started a new metabolism architecture movement. So there is different talk on this project, like is it where we are heading, is it good, is it bad? So this is just a talk. So that's why I have introduced this project, because I will be able to talk more about this. Second project which I have introduced is principles. So see, the reason why I wanted to show you this project is here. This is just a Rhino model which I have made, and everything others is Photoshop. Like the market is photoshopped, the building is photoshopped, everything is photoshopped. Okay. All I had was just that white layer, white covering which I had on top of it. And other than that, I have just photoshopped everything. So take 2 3 days, find a good image which goes with your raw image, and then just try to club that both of them and make a good render. Because right now, what it feels like that this people are sitting inside a huge dome kind of a structure which we had made. So this is sensible. So this is like a model image which is there. This is a scale model which we named. So the idea was to have tensegrity and origami combined into it, and then to enhance it with the inflation thing. So this is where tensables come, where we combine tensegrity and inflatable system. So this portfolio is on issue, so you can just go and just look into details of it. You will understand. So the what we tried to here was to explore different kind of tensibility patterns and to different kind of tensibility structures. But the main thing is the categorization of different methods, different experiments which we have done. So first, second, third, and fourth. Always try to have bigger numbers on your portfolio so that the bigger number will directly get your attention. So this is first, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. There is no clutter in this. It's clearly understood. Like these are my four things. And then inflatables, genetic optimization. So this is something which comes with grasshopper and everything. And then this is how the basic thing is. So once you have a fabric and then you insert rigid members into it, then you just inflate the air. The inflation will make the thing stand on it, and the tensegrity will help to support it. So that's a basic thing. It's like combining two different systems into one system, and then and third project was bifurcation. Bifurcation is something which is so everyone knows Gaudi. So everyone knows. So I was there in Barcelona. I was there, and so I was there to understand Gaudi's work. So how he designed a column. So he designed a column. He took inspiration from tree, and then he tried using that branching structure and all. So what we tried to do was we tried to regularize the pattern which is there into a tree, and then try to incorporate into a column, and then where the fragmentation happens. So when the fragmentation happens, you mostly get loose of your pattern. So, but we tried to incorporate that through our computational methods and computational things. And so we also try to fabricate columns. This is Nimbus, the one image which I have showed you. So this was mainly about how to create. So the brief here was for us to create a project on which we wanted to create a private kind of a space. So how to have that private space into a beach where there and we try to meet a one-on-one model scale of how the motors will be there. So this explanation is there. So for example, if you see, uh, so what the axonometric diagram will help you understand how the model was made and how the system work, and the the images will help you understand that how it came. And then coming to the architectural project, because this was kind of project, the projects which I have shown you earlier was kind of a projects which we had done in our master's course. So it will be something which you might not get related to, but these are architecture projects which you can relate into. So for example, this is one of the projects which I have done in Studio Symbiosis, which is Skyrise project. So here, as you can see, I have a good render, and then I have text beside it. That's it. So this is like a skyrise high-end residential. So the thing is, there is a layer of information. So always design your portfolio according to the layer of information you have to provide to your architect or user. So first is the main information, that is your topic. Second is what it is, like what kind of a project it is. Third, where you need it, where this project has been made. And fourth, detailed information. So no one gets into the detailed information. Only one who has interest to know what this project will get and read everything. So you present it there, you have it there, but don't just highlight it. Make it a subtle thing, because if someone wants to understand your project, he will take efforts and try to understand what you have written. But the person who does not even want to get into your project, but still, because the text is so dark and so the height is so big, that he will get that he will understand, yeah, this is the that project. Then you can just have your plan, and then the basic plan of how it works, the diagrams, and the renders. Okay, basic renders. So this is one of the project which is happening in Mumbai, which is currently happening. So a nice render, a very nice render. So this render is from Lumion, and so you have this and then there is a topic, and then there is a thing which I have done into this project. So these are different kind of options which we have presented to them. So always try to put your options. Always try to put your different kind of work, because the thing is that you don't come up with an idea all of a sudden. You travel through it. Like, first you have a line, then you make it a curve, and then you add windows, then you add doors, then you add things. So there is a whole journey of that idea which goes. So you should always explain that journey, because that is what architects are interested in, to understand the journey of the project. So here we had different kind of facade system which we have provided for them. So I presented all of them, because here if I get question like, how did so was it the only option which you did, or was there different kind of options? So I can just show them these are the different kind of options which and so so for the architects who are there and who are planning to make their portfolio for masters, I will suggest them to get work from their offices and try to put images of the work which is happening on site. So, for example, if you can see this is happening on site. This is facade system which is happening on site, and try to add working drawings and all. So, these working drawings, I know you cannot clearly see them. So, the idea wasn't them to understand it clearly, but the idea was that I have this kind of a work with me. So if they select me and if they ask me for a detail, I can just present them the another portfolio which have working drawings into it. So the thing is, you have your set of working drawings, but do not just pull everything and do not just put everything into your portfolio. And then this was another details of and this is seventh project, which is Gwalior railway station, which I have provided. So see, the kind of work which I have shown till now is first was a big housing project. Second was a residential flat scheme building. Third is a Gwalior railway station. It's a railway station. It's a public kind of a structure. So you should always try to increase your scale, and then or else it can be just how you want to present your work and what work you have is the best. So this is the railway station which we have been working. So just a basic render, and then master plan of it and how it was developed, the how the existing elevation is, how the proposed elevation is, and then these are the station circulation diagram. This is the section. So basically we had this section made into, I had this model in Rhino. So I just extracted one section and then just added some bit of information to it. So like where there is electricity, or where does we get electricity, electric wires, and where there's light, where there's ventilations, and then how the circulation is, how this is the circulation diagram. So one thing which I can do here is I can just put this one diagram into one page, and that could have been fine. Yeah, but here I just wanted to compress it into bit thing, but then still I tried to manage it not to look that cluttered. Okay, this is only one sheet which looked more cluttered, but other than that, none of my sheets present more than two or three informations. Just two informations or three informations. This is what I have done in Humphrey's contractor, sir. Same which I have told you, like this is how the circulation is. And always remember, keep your heading and text same. Keep your text size same everywhere. So if you see the text size, this text size and this text size is same everywhere. This heading is same to this heading, same. And whenever you see this line is exactly and same as this line, so there is no jump in between two or three this slides, so it smoothly gets into this thing. So you should always remember that there should not be jump, because if there is a jump, architects get like distracted very easily and they're like hata usko kuch naya dekhe. So so design development, how it is done. First build, like this was a redevelopment project. So what I tried to show here was first how the existing building, then the entry points, then proposed garden, then there's the vertical circulation. So this is how we try to make the presentation to them. So this presentation was for layman. So layman should understand what I'm trying to present them. And then see here also you cannot clearly visualize what plans are or clearly visualize what my 3D is trying to show, but I have it in there. Just if someone asks me, then I can present them another set of drawings or another set of things. But then it's not like you should not have it into your portfolio, but just do not put completely into it. Then this is my master. This is my thesis which I have done in VNIT. So like architecture thesis. Here also the idea was very simple to have diagrams. So this is the work which I have done in college. I haven't changed that a bit. This image was also I have extracted in college only. So the thing was, this is a SketchUp model. Everyone knows here the way with your work with SketchUp. So what I've done is I have taken render from SketchUp and then just inverted it into Photoshop. So here I get everything black and then there's white lines which are coming. So this creates a sense of interesting thing. So here my temple has been highlighted with a red color of outline, though I'm not very proud of it, but yeah. And so the temple is highlighted with that, and it creates a bit of drama and interest. So if I just show this image, people wants to know what is this project and what is there inside this. So and then second is all the information which I have. Um, this concept. So this is basically the concept which I presented in front of jury. So the idea was to have different. So the thing was how to subdivide this plan into a different. So this was how the programmatic subdivision was made. So this is the topic was to make a unity temple. So unite everyone. So in plan also what I tried to do was take inspiration from every culture and then try to put it into a plan and then extract something which is which unites everything but comes up at it's a godly thing. So use of sacred symbols and use of this thing. So and this is the division and this is how the things got developed. So I have just added this kind of images. So this helps them to understand that this is not a copy design, but this has been developed from certain stages or certain things. And then always try to put your references or images like where you have. So for example, I have taken reference from step well, I've taken references from landscape and civil design. So just have it into your portfolio. Not you cannot put everything, but just if there is one or two things, you can just add it. For example, what I have done is I have a complete plan here, and this plan is also not a working drawing kind of a plan. It's a very conceptual plan which I have taken. So this is just taken from SketchUp and then worked into this Photoshop. Though I won't suggest you guys with SketchUp, use Rhino. This is a better software. Then you can get better diagrams and better things. So and then sections. So this these are the kind of section which I have developed, and this has been developed in college only. So when I was like in fifth year, so you can also so it's very easy to develop this kind of sections. Don't just work on AutoCAD. Take use of your Photoshop. Try to merge two, three things, and then create this kind of a sections. So, for example, the section which is in the black, and this sections. So this here, what I have tried to do is I have tried to take an AutoCAD drawing and then superimposed it with a section which I've got from SketchUp, and then I have juxtaposed them and created this kind of. So this explains the scale of it. This explains the magnitude of the project, and always have sections into your like into your presentation or into your portfolio, because sections help you to understand the scale of it, to understand the and then there's a plan review, and these are some of the miscellaneous project which I have done with recursive growth, that is animal. So what I do is I do visual scripting. So I need to show something more about how the scripting has been done and how the recursive growth has been developed. So, and this is a digital fabrication. So if you have anything done with fabrication, just add them into the last. That yeah, you know model making, you know stuff. So this is kind of a project which I have showcased them to understand that yes, I cannot just I cannot just make a project, but I can also develop it into a reality. I can also make it into reality. And then these are some of the paintings which I have added. And thank you. So this was basically my portfolio which I have gone through. So, so, so the idea was, so in this whole thing, I have tried to explain how to go with the form, like how to express yourself in a portfolio, how to make your portfolio look good, and try to make your portfolio as simple as possible. Do not try to clutter your portfolio. That is one thing which I have been telling you from the start of it. And just so I think I am quite at the time, or
Yes, sir.
so if you
Yeah.
guys anyone has question, then you can just shoot questions, and then I'll be happy to take the questions. If anyone has any questions, like you have the clear.
Sir, can you suggest about composition portfolio?
What? Questions. We'll get 2 or 3 questions. Yeah. Yeah, someone was saying something. Someone was asking something. Sir, what are structural proof we are supposed to support to our designs? So the thing is, you don't need. So whenever you're presenting something which is conceptual, you don't need to provide structural proof for that. Okay, that this structure will stand or something. So this depends. So for example, if you are taking your project from your firm, then you will get structural drawings. I don't suggest you to add structural drawing because it is very complex kind of thing, and no architect is interested in understanding your structural thing. But for example, what I have presented into my thesis, what I have done is there I have provided that how this structure will be made, a conceptual thing. So what I will suggest you is uh, work onto the conceptual things, like conceptually how your structure is there. So for example, if you are using arches to support your roof, or if you are using waffle slab or something, then you can present that. But there is no as such structural proof required to give to your design. When and how, sir, can you please elaborate about composition of portfolio? Uh, so the composition of portfolio is like very simple. First, so what I will suggest is do not think much. Just first understand how many projects you have which are good and which you can showcase. And out of them, which is the best project of your own, not as a whole. So first your personal projects, then your college projects. Don't have your competition projects or NASA projects at first. Never. First, have your personal project, make it look good. First project should be always your design project. Second, and then you can just add other kind of projects to it. Yeah. So, is it okay? So, did I answer your question, Siddhant, or
Yes, sir.
what should be the content for a fifth year internship? See, the content is same. What you need to provide is first provide your design, then provide your then provide your interior or construction thing. So basically, just provide your design, work on your design, and then you can add your interior or construction work which you have done. Do not add too much of working drawings because then you will get questions on that working drawing only. Okay, so add two, three which you are very confident that this is good and this you can present it to an architect. So add just that. Do not add much to it. Sharayu Dhavni is asking, sir, how can we manage and enhance our hand-drafted projects in our portfolio? Okay. So one thing is hand-drafted projects are very good project if you have good sketches and if you have good things like if you have good sketches or if you have good plans which you have drafted everything. But what I will suggest is enhance that hand-drafted projects in Photoshop or in Illustrator and make something good out of it. So, for example, if you have a sketch, okay, then try to enhance that sketch in Photoshop and then create something where you highlight the edges of it or make it highlight the whole main structure of it with a dark line and then have the sketch inside it and then blur out the surrounding of it. So this will help you to put that hand-drafted projects also in your portfolio. So never just directly put your hand-drafted projects because that won't go with your other projects. So try to enhance it into your uh, Photoshop. And then if you have sketch, then you in Photoshop you can add humans to it. You can add smaller humans. You can add silhouettes to it, and then you can add shade and shadows. So try working on that. Okay, so there are many questions which are coming. Uh, Aditi Kankari is saying, what should be the content for a college level portfolio which should make for? So see, I have. Vaishnavi is asking, can you suggest the use of blank space as you mentioned, not to clutter this use blank space? See, the thing is, you need to decide. You need to be very harsh on yourself that what is the most important thing which I have to put into my portfolio. Don't just put everything into it. Three things, and if you think you can explain it completely, then that's fine. No one is going to understand your project completely in one glance. So use blank spaces because blank spaces will help you to enhance what you have shown on that page. Yeah. And for one page for one project, don't use more than three or four pages. That's it. If you more than three or four pages, if you use, then it becomes boring. Then it's like he is explaining just one project. So use three or four, not more, and that too be more clear that what you have to explain and what are the important things or important sketches you have to cover into it. Uh, the question is, since our portfolio are going to be skimmed through, what is like a good range of pages that we should limit the folio to? So the good range is somewhere about 30 to 40 pages, 40 pages max. Don't go above 40 pages. The portfolio which I have explained is somewhere about 40, 42 pages. So just that, and add good renders to it, add good sketches, add good plans, and don't just work on your renders, work on your section, work on your plan also, and make it look good. Uh, Sakshi has asked the question. This is a very good question, sir. Can you suggest a basic workflow for starting off the work in a situation where we have a complete work on software? So, what I do is, what my workflow is, I so whenever you will start making your portfolio on InDesign, so that's why I'm suggesting all of you who are present here to start using InDesign. InDesign is a very, very, very basic software you will learn in within half an hour. Like not even more than half an hour. Half an hour is the maximum time you will take for to learn InDesign. One tutorial and that's it. So in that, in design, what you do is you make pages. You make first page for this project, add the text to it, add like this is what I have to add, make a box, and then in box add that I have to add render here, or I have to add section here, I have to add this here. So you'll know that this is the kind of work I need to put, and it will help you to to be more productive because then you will think कि यार मैं पहले पूरा मॉडल बना लेती हूँ फिर पूरा मॉडल बन जाएगा फिर पूरा प्लान बनेगा फिर मैं सोचूंगी कि क्या डालना है अपने पोर्टफोलियो में. Instead of that, what you do is you make sure that you have that boxes ready where you can put your this list कि ये यहाँ पे आना है ये यहाँ पे आना है ये यहाँ पे आना है. So I think that will work the best. So make a InDesign document. In that InDesign document, add first topic. So this is the project which I have to put. वो प्रोजेक्ट में 4 पेजेस आने वाले हैं. 4 पेजेस में पहले पेज में एक सेक्शन आएगा जिस सेक्शन के ऊपर मैं इतना काम करूंगी फिर एक प्लान आएगा या फिर इतना सेक्शन आएगा and something is this. And Yash has asked, sir, where can one learn how to use Grasshopper and logic on which it actually works? So, see, learning Grasshopper is kind of difficult. You have different books for it, like AAD algorithm. There is one book, so you can learn through that. But it's a complex kind of um, complex kind of a software. So I will suggest if you want to get into that, then you need to attend seminars or different kind of YouTube tutorials which are there, and then on Instagram also there is parametric 3D. There is one user which continuously posts projects on Grasshopper. So understanding the logic is a bit difficult in Grasshopper, but if you get a hang of it, then it is one of the best software which you can have in architecture. And okay, so the other question, sir, is it fine to add? It's completely fine to add restoration projects. Just make sure that you have it properly presented. Okay. So restoration projects give you a vast possibility to use photographs and then sketch over it and then present something which is very good. Personally, I like restorations project very much because there we have hang of reality as well as the thing which we are going to present in future. So you can have that kind of person.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have a small question.
Sir, am I audible?
Our needs have not many first year students.
Okay.
Can you suggest something for first year students where they can start their portfolio or how they can think about the portfolio?
Okay, so first year students, I will just firstly I will just ask them not to worry about portfolio right now. Worry about your work. Okay, mostly see put your document your work nicely because everyone will think that कि फर्स्ट ईयर का काम मैं फोर्थ ईयर में डॉक्यूमेंट करूंगा बट फोर्थ ईयर में तक शीट्स मिलती ही नहीं है. You don't get sheets in fourth year. So firstly document your work properly. Who knows that you will get a good you can show that your first year work also in your portfolio. So try to focus on your work and always try to create something which is different and always in your portfolio you should have that one project or one thing which is different from any other project or different from any other thing. So always whenever, so this is not for just first year, this is for every year. So because see in my thesis I got CC grade, okay, but I have developed that project such nicely with such this thing 3Ds and sections and elevations and everything. And right now I have presented it into many colleges and many things, and it is getting a good response. So that's what I will suggest you guys to explore in your design thing. Don't just because see, design is something. No, design class is something where you will get opportunity to express, where you will get opportunity to make something good. So I'll suggest you to make a mark on your design. Don't just make the buzz. Okay, कभी कभी कर्व भी यूज करके देख लिया करो, कभी कभी डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ चीजें भी यूज कर लिया करो. And yes, don't just make a box projects. Okay, it will lead you nowhere. अल्टीमेटली आखिर में आके ऐसा होता है, फिर फोर्थ ईयर के एंड में आके कि यार मेरे पास प्रोजेक्ट्स ही नहीं है डालने के लिए. Like my projects are not that good that I can present it, or my project is not that interesting that someone should hire me for my projects. Okay. So and
We have a question from Vignesh. Can you suggest a successful and most used layout? Is there a standard layout that you can use for each
no, no. There is no layout for this. You use rule of thirds. That is what I have presented. Just try to fit your most valuable image on one side of your page, on one third of your page, and then keep one third blank or write text into it. So there is no layout for it, layout to fit for our project, but you can always go with basic layouting only, like division of 3, division of 2, or division of 4. That's it. Don't go more than that. After division of 4, it becomes a clutter. Division of 5, division of 6, division of 7, it becomes a clutter. So, don't so that.
Then next question is from Hanima. Hanima is asking about our folio should be inclined towards the firm oriented. If firm is a specific firm, so our portfolio should include that project or it can be our project.
Should we design our portfolio and select projects in areas that the firm work? So yeah, this is one of the good practice to do. So if you are clear in your mind that yeah, I have to work in this firm. For example, if you see Studio Symbols' work or Nuru Karim's work or Ratlab's work, they are working with parametric and computational kind of design things. So if you have that project into your portfolio, then there is high chances of getting into that firm. But trust me, no one is going to uh, trust me, no one is going to hire you for your computational thing or thing. They are gonna hire you for your drafting skills, for your like presentation, and for your 3D thing. So these are the three things which interns does in company. Focus your things on presentation, how good your presentation is, how good your design ability is, and how good your 3D is. That's it. It's the harsh reality of the firms in India. But yeah, this is all because if I am selecting you, if I am hiring you for, if I am hiring you as an intern, then I won't just give you the most important work which I have, that is to design something. What I will do is to design a part of it, or design a certain part of it, or certain things of it, or to make a SketchUp model, or to make a random model of it. So it's like that. If you can work with portfolios, then yeah. If you can work with make your portfolio according to the work of your firm, then yeah, sure. But then there is a catch that if you don't get selected in that firm, then your work is somewhere which is very related to that. So don't focus on your firm right now. What you focus on developing a good content into a portfolio. Vivek is trying to ask something.
We'll take the last question from you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Can ask the question.
Yeah, you can.
I have unmuted. Am I audible clearly, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Sir, I am a third year student from UNIT, and sir, like we look up to or going there, we have a wish कि हम वहाँ जाके काम करें. So, sir, is it a good idea to make portfolio according to specific forms?
That's what I
Like,
just. Yeah, it's good if you can make your work according to the firms which you get into it. But trust me, you don't get into that much of details right now. Just try to express good work into a portfolio. And for example, if you're designing something, so design how you feel. If you want to make it more vernacular or contemporary, more vernacular kind of thing, and yes, you design according to your senses, what you feel is correct, and then put it into portfolio, and then firm will take care of it. Like if you are good in working, then they will hire you. It's not the thing. So, but yeah, if you want to get into firms, certain firms like uh, parametric firms, this thing and that thing, then you need to have something related to grasshopper or something related to these things into your portfolio. So yeah, I would suggest you that if you can, then do it best.
okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you, sir. I think we will end this questionnaire part now, as we might run out of time further.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you, sir. We are very glad that you were here today. Your work and your presentation was very inspirational. We're really enchanted with that. Also, I would like to thank our participants for being cooperative about our last minute inconvenience. As we couldn't accommodate all the participants in one meet, we had to create two meets. And we are again very grateful that all of you cooperated, and this entire seminar wouldn't be successful without you all. Thank you. I hope participants have enjoyed the seminar and have gained the knowledge they were wishing for. I am sure of that, actually. Yes. So now I would like our founders to say the Thanksgiving speech if they want to tell something to the participants or to the speaker. Anyone?
As this was our first seminar, this was our first program in physical total journey. This was very much inspirational and this was very much experiential seminar. I personally, with my colleagues Siddhant and Mohit, very much thanking you that you joined this seminar and made our experience more successful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much all.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure to